we were just talking about you guys getting to the conference finals, and I was saying, quite frankly, I don't think anyone cares anymore about you guys doing that because everyone knows that you're capable of doing that. Do you feel
He's
like
the feds, bro? Like this dude, the feds.
Has hurt you as far as MVP voting and things go, and not getting over the hump? Do you think they're penalizing you for that?
Oh man, it's a lot of things I wish I could say, but that's not for me to decide.
So, obviously, Boston won the game. We saw Draymond there being one federal, bro. Like, you can't be asking, you playing still. What he's supposed to say to that? But, honestly, the game was close. They were talking about it, but with no Donovan Mitchell, no Karis LeVert, and a Boston team that has been cruising through the playoffs so far, I think human nature took over. And I get it, coaches and people are going to be like, you can't do that. You can't do that. What the fuck do you want them to do coming into a game that, even with Karis LeVert and Donovan Mitchell, I'm sure they knew they were going to win. With them out, of course they knew they were going to win. But they just got a little bit lazy, right? They just weren't trying as hard. It happens. And he said in that interview, when those stars are out, Cleveland knew they weren't going to win that game. It was a win-win scenario for them because there was absolutely no pressure on Cleveland. They can chuck up as many shots and miss all of them and it wouldn't matter. If they make all of them and win, congratulations, you're still probably going to lose the series, but they made them and still lost, and no one's still going to give a fuck. Because we all knew that Boston was going to win that game. Human nature just took over a little bit for Boston, and when it was time to kick it up, they did exactly that. They've been used to winning all year, and they've won under different circumstances. Against a lesser team, they could turn it on like that. And that's what we saw last night. And on the other side for Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell, who was up and down in that first series until he had that breakout 50-point game, and then just started balling through the Boston series until he got hurt with that calf injury. I don't know if he's injured or not. I don't know shit about shit. But it looks like it got to a point for him where he was looking around. He's like, oh shit, I'm out here by myself. He's like, wait a second. I'm doing this by my motherfucking self. And so I don't want to say that he gave up on his teams. It's funny because there's just I was scrolling through and then I see this report about he was frustrated with teammates during the playoffs. According to Chris Fedor, I don't know who the fuck this is. He grew frustrated with some teammates, his lack of maturity, focus, playoff level readiness, and a willingness to listen. And Chris Fedor is a beat writer. Yeah. Listen, man. Yes, but, I don't know who you heard that from as well. But, yes, that is how it looked. Right? It looked like this shit, bruh. It looked like
homeowners, pay off your mortgage in as early as 5 to 7 years.
Pay off our mortgage. What the fuck are you talking about? This is what this I 100% believe this is what Donovan Mitchell felt like in the middle of that series, bro. Bro, this is exactly how he felt, bro. This is how this motherfucker felt in that series. He said, I'll do this whole shit by my damn self. Except instead of Jon Snow, he said, I'm going to leave. He said, I'm out. So, yeah. Moving forward for Boston, they've obviously had a real easy path to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? This is their 6 times in 8 years. Right? Six times in 8 years. Let's see. How many years has this fool been in the NBA? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years he's been in the NBA. Eastern Conference Finals. Last year, Eastern Conference Finals. Year before that, Eastern Conference Finals 2020-21. Eastern Conference Finals 2019-2020. Eastern Conference Finals. Oh, shit. Sorry. No. I'm fucking trolling. So now they're in the conference finals. They're in the conference finals last year. Right? Year before that, lost in the finals. First round 2020-2021. Conference finals 2019-2020. And then semifinals 2018-2019. Conference finals 2017-2018. So Tatum has been living in the Eastern Conference Finals. But people forget that he's only been in the league for 7 years and he's only 25. He's also had a lot of turnover when it comes to players, coaches. It's getting to that point, and I understand what Draymond is saying, that no one cares because now it's finals appearances. Can you win it? Can you win a finals? Can you win a championship? And that's really what it comes down to. For them, it's really just trying to get there right now. More than likely, they're going to play against my New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. And Draymond asked a great question, which obviously Tatum couldn't answer right there, because why would he? And it was, looking forward, how are they going to look to defend pick and rolls against dynamic point guards like a Jalen Brunson, like a Luka, like a Shea, like a Jamal Murray, who are looking to come off of the pick and roll and score. And on top of that, looking to target a player like Al Horford. Especially right now, when Porzingis has been out. How would they play that? The easy answer would be to just switch whoever Tatum and Horford are playing. Right? So for against the Knicks, for example, when you have Hart or Achua playing the 4, you would literally just switch Tatum and Horford. So that when Hartenstein goes up to set a pick and roll for Brunson, it's Tatum switching on him instead of Horford, who's slower. But now you have Horford, whose sole goal is to try to prevent Josh Hart from getting offensive rebounds, and also to try to keep Hartenstein off of the offensive rebounds. That's how that should play out. And if they switch it, then you'll have someone like Drew Holiday who's probably going to end up on Hartenstein. And at least with Hartenstein rolling to the rim, you can almost switch that real quick, right? Like, that could be the game plan. When they come off a pick and roll and switch, Tatum is on Brunson, Drew is on Hartenstein. Hartenstein's obviously going to short roll, looking for a pass to then kick to the corner. If not, he's going to dive to get an offensive rebound. And when he dives, now you have Al Horford and Drew Holiday in the paint to try to match Hartenstein and Josh Hart. And at least Drew Holiday is not only a veteran, but he's, even for a point guard, he's a big body. And Josh Hart is only 6'4". I don't see Hartenstein getting 12 offensive rebounds like he did against Indiana the other night. I just don't see it. I think that's a really simple fix for that. And then if they do guard-to-guard pick and rolls, they can just switch it. And if it's not Drew Holiday, then you can have Jaylen Brown on him. Or invert it. If you want to start Jaylen Brown on Brunson to have the bigger body, they'll invert and switch it, and he'll have Drew Holiday on him if Dante or McBride gives him a pick. And that's why I didn't like this matchup to begin with. Because the Boston Celtics have bodies to throw at him, but you also have size and length and stars who, when it comes down to it, in those scenarios where Brunson's going to try to body them up and get calls, the referee isn't going to be so quick to blow that whistle against Boston because Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are stars. And that's the issue. And now, instead of having to consistently double team Brunson, Boston can now play him straight up. Switch anytime he's in a pick and roll and stay at home with your man. Force him to take tough shots. He's going to get to the mid-range. He's going to bump these guys. He's going to fade away. If he goes 25 for 35, you shake his hand and say good game and move on. But if you're Boston and those switches are going to be Tatum and Brown consistently, for them, I like their chances. And it's a similar thing going up against a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a Luka Doncic. It's similar. They'll be able to have bodies to be able to throw at them, to hopefully have the opportunity to play these guys straight up and not have to double everything. The Knicks have done a great job of, yeah, it's just standard pick and rolls, but when Brunson is getting picked up full court, they'll give it to someone else. He'll come off of a stagger screen, re-pick, snake it. They're doing a great job of just giving different looks on these picks. Or he'll just isolate on one side of the floor with no strong side corner. They've done a really, really great job of just playing really gritty. I would love to see, I want to see how this matchup works out. Can the Boston Celtics stay disciplined in that defense? Because if it's one of those situations where Brunson starts getting off, will Boston double him, or will they stay disciplined and just stay with their game plan?